Hello there guys, and welcome back to another video. Now today I just want to talk about something that I mentioned in my last video about Bloodfest, and that is the prediction that the prices were going to go up. I've seen a lot of people aren't happy about the pricing of this, and I'm just going to give my thoughts. First off, yes, there is a very noticeable difference in the fact that last year, or this year even, the festival was £49.50 and now it's gone up to around £73 for a general ticket. Bloodfest this year, £49.50 for what you got was insane value, to the point that it actually did feel like underpaying. If it was £49.50 for a Yungblud gig, I would think that's completely valid, because I think Yungblud, in terms of, I rate him extremely highly. I rate Yungblud as a performer way higher than artists that I've paid £100 for a gig. But for the level he's at, size of the crowd that he attracts, I think £50 for a gig is a normal amount. But why do I think the price has gone up? Well, because he actually knows now the numbers that he can do. Because if he does a tour, so his UK tour, let's say when he did arenas, he played to around 80,000 people. That's all across the UK. So it's easier to fill out arenas in separate parts of the UK than it is to fill out like 50,000 in one spot. And I think he did about 27,000 at Bloodfest this year, which for your first attempt is very good going. Also, this is something he's created. This is his job. Of course, there's part of him that's going to be like, let's make some money. Do I think it's gone up by a ridiculous amount? No, I don't. I think it is going up towards the top of what is really good value. Because yes, Slam Dunk and festivals like that is like £120 for a day ticket, but that has got loads of acts on there. And as much as this looks like it is going to have more acts this year, in the end, is that as good value? Because obviously this year there was no clashes with artists. Are we going to have artists on at the same time? Yungblud and Chase Atlantic are right at the top, and Chase Atlantic, if we're going in terms of numbers, are bigger than Yungblud. So are they going to be headlining another stage while Youngblood's headlining on one stage? I really hope not, because I would quite like to see Chase Atlantic, but obviously I'm going to go and see Yungblud. I think £73 is still very good value for what you're getting, because like I say, I think Youngblood's a £50 artist just by himself. And obviously Chase Atlantic and Jaden, Black Bear, Denzel Curry, all those names that I do want to see for another £20, that when you put it like that, it is great value. I also think as well, the prices going up gives you a little bit more leeway to be critical, because people were super critical last year. Look, when Getting In was a fiasco, and it was a fiasco, but obviously a festival that's making more money, you would expect higher quality in terms of security, in terms of just general things and efficiency of a festival if you are paying more for it. Because £49.50, it was quite a clever thing, because you think it's in the 40s. It's only 50p off £50, and 50 doesn't sound as good as 40s. So it jumping up from 40s to 70s sounds a lot worse than it actually is, whereas jumping from 50 to 70 actually isn't that bad. I think it'd be quite naive to think that the prices weren't going to go up. Bloodfest this year was a prototype. It completely could have fallen flat on its arse. Yes, it had a few issues, but it did really well. And am I happy that the prices have gone up? No, of course I'm not. I would love to pay £49.50 every year for that one special day. But personally, I still think we're getting a bargain. And, you know, yes, the acts on the lineup, a lot of them I have never heard of, but there are still some great names on there. And last year, yeah, we had Lil Yachty, and, you know, he's friends with Drake or whatever, and he's done some big numbers before. He's not headliner material. Chase Atlantic are, Yungblud is. Denzel Curry, I would say, for some smaller festivals, is headliner worthy. Jaden, massive name in pop punk. So I think people complaining about the prices going up this year actually don't realise how cheap $49.50 for BLUDFEST this year was. And guest area, I said in my last video that I did want to try and get a guest area. I'm not fussed. 110 quid for basically better toilets. When you're there for a day, the toilets aren't going to get that bad. I went in towards the end of the day this year and they were absolutely fine. And I'll tell you what is amazing, how fucking spotless this Portaloo is. You're not really going to get anything special in guest area, and 110 quid for just different toilets and a different bar and a cramped seating area, I don't think is good value. But 73 quid for one of the best days I have ever had, I think is an absolute steal. Those are just my thoughts on the prices. Obviously, it's not great to see that the prices have gone up towards the point where I would say, okay, that is getting a little bit expensive. But it hasn't got to that point yet. So I said if it goes over 80 and towards like 90, 100, that's when it's getting what BLUDFEST wasn't supposed to be. But at the minute, I think we're in realistic numbers. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on the BLUDFEST prices and what people are saying about it. I think it's going to be a great event. I do think it's going to be better than it was this year. And this year I thought was an 8 out of 10. Like, it was fucking good. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of the video, and I will see you very soon. I'll see you at BLUDFEST. I'm also going to be learning how to play this fucking thing. I might learn Fleabag. I've bought all my equipment. I've got my Brat stickers on there. So I'm going to learn to play Fleabag. So Dom, if you're watching this, get me on stage, yeah?